It is that time of year. We are coming up on Nordstrom anniversary sale. All right, I have so many notes on this. I'm struggling with it this year, guys. I am looking at it differently, and I feel like I've been covering this sale for a lot of years. I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of notes. My thoughts on this sale have changed drastically over the years, and my thoughts on shopping over the years have changed. And if you have followed my channel for the last, I want to say probably 3 years, my whole thought process on clothing, on fashion, on trends, on how to shop have totally changed. I feel as if we need to stop following trends, following fast fashion. We need to stop trying to dress for the trends and all of that and follow what we like, what our body type is, what our body style is, where we live, what we like. To heck with what is on trend and what other people are wearing. Wear what we like, what we are comfortable in. I also think we need to start paying attention to what the products are made of. Like, I am so sick of, I've started looking, no more polyester, no more rayon. Like, I want natural fabrics. And to be fair, I am not always good at this. I'm going to preface all of this with this. I am not always good at these things, right? I have items that are not, like, you know, we all do, but, and I'm not purging my closet of these items either, to be fair, but I am trying to look at the sale differently. And again, don't come for me when all of a sudden I post a video and I bought way too much stuff. But I want to talk to you guys about the sale, what I've learned from the past, and what I think of the sale coming up, and how I'm going to attempt to go into the sale for this year. I feel like the biggest thing is everybody always says, is it worth the hype? That is a personal opinion. For every person, it is different. I used to come on here and I'd be like, this is the Super Bowl for fashion, right? This is the sale of the year, because it was the one time of year where you got items on sale before the season happens. Typically, what happens with a sale is you will get items that are on sale after the season has ended. Like right now, typically, you are getting items on sale that are summer items because we're getting towards the middle and the end of summer. So you're going to start seeing those summer items go on sale because they're making space for the fall items coming in. And this is the sale that we are seeing, fall items now in the middle of summer going on sale before fall. So they're projecting what is going to be coming up in their stores for the fall. They already know, they've already bought it. And with that being said, you will see tons of people on their videos saying things like, shop for your basics, right? Your bras, your underwear, your white tees, your basic things that you repurchase every year. And I think that's a great tip. However, I don't purchase my bras or my underwear or my white tees from there. My bras and underwear are from Soma, and my white tees are from J. Crew Factory. So that doesn't help me. You may or may not purchase those things from Nordstrom. It's all personal preference. So that part does not help me. It may help you, and that's great. But that is not helping every single person out there for their basics. And if you are not going in shopping for basics, and you are not an influencer who has the time like me to, not that I have the time, but it is a part of my job to sit down and really go through the sale item by item, it is very overwhelming to look through each category, each item. It is a daunting task. And more so every year, it becomes more daunting because it's repeat items over and over. It used to be new items every year and different items. And there would be a few repeat offenders, right? There was the Zella leggings, the Spanx leggings, a few different booties that were similar every year. The Barefoot Dreams cardigans and blankets and things like that. But now I feel about 40% of the sale is repeat offenders. And if you've already bought that stuff, you don't need it again every year. unless you've destroyed it. And how many people are destroying their leggings, their booties, their cardigans every year? And then you've got the items like the beauty items. I mean, to be fair, beauty items usually do need to be replaced at this time. And I do buy things like my new lash serum. Every single year I purchase, there's a 2-pack for the price of 1. And I buy 2 of them, so I have 4 of them. It lasts me through the whole year. I buy it every single year. Donna Karan Cashmere Mist deodorant. I buy it every single year. To be fair though, this year I have changed my deodorant up. That's a whole nother story. MJ got me on a new track for a different one. To be fair, I won't be buying that this year, but that would normally be one I would buy. But again, they're beauty items. How many Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk palettes do we all need? Bobbi Brown, whatever her color is, I forget. How many of those palettes do we need? It's a lot of repeat offenders, and we don't need that. I personally would love to see new items. And I'm sure a lot of you think the same thing, but it is what it is. I don't know if their buyers have just gotten to a point where they're not seeing new items each year, or if they've just gotten into a rinse repeat status of they just buy whatever the newest thing is and put it into this sale. I will say also, I personally think that the quality on certain products is different during the sale. I am a huge lover of the Zella live-in leggings. I wear them all winter long. The ones on the sale are a different quality, guys. They are thinner. They are not the same. I don't ever buy them during the sale. I have heard other items on the sale the same thing, just not things that I buy year after year, but I've heard that to be true of certain items. I don't know. Is that true of a lot of them? I don't really know. I personally, over the last 3 years, have tried to focus on the higher end brands and items that filled a hole in my wardrobe. And I'll talk more about that towards the end. Now, also, I will say they have gone back to this tiered structure. And I'll post a photo in here of the different tiers and when they're open. But there's like influencer, ambassador, icon, and then it's open to the public. But with these structures, things sell out. It's like that. What is it first? Is it, I don't know, whatever the icon is. No, it's icon is first, ambassador, and then influencer, and then open to everybody. But influencer is not somebody that's an influencer. That just is a status they have. But that first rung, if you're not, and it's some ridiculous amount of money, if you're not there, things are selling out. And those items sell out, and then people ship them back if they don't end up liking them, keeping them, the size, whatever. And to be fair, the same thing, I think I'm the second tier, I think is what I am. I don't remember. But if you don't, like I have to have the items shipped to me because where I am in the summertime, I don't have a store. I have a store 2.5 hours. And 1 year I actually went to the store. The store had nothing that I wanted. So now I just order on the first day, have the stuff shipped to me. But the problem is if I don't end up liking it or it isn't what I want, I then ship it back. Then they restock the items. And in a minute, I will talk about how you can possibly get restock items. So bear with me on that. But so the items are always restocking because people are shipping things back and reordering. And it's a giant mess. It's a scramble all the time. Everybody feels like it's this giant rat race of just like scrambling all the time. And it's this anxiety-ridden sale. It is not fun anymore because it's just like everybody's so anxious about it all the time. And I don't feel like that's how I want to be shopping. I will also say for us as influencers, people that talk about these products, it's also a horrible sale in the aspect that if I get something in and I want to show you guys and talk about it, most times it's sold out, which means that I don't want to talk about it because that's not fair to you guys. And it's not fun for me to not be able to share it. And it's just annoying. And or so many of the times, the item that I get, if it's sold out during the sale, for me or for you guys, it tends to then go back in stock. Then usually around like November or December, it restocks again, and it's usually cheaper than it was when it was on sale during this sale time, which is annoying for me who bought it during the sale. And then it's also annoying for those of you that tried to scramble to get it, and or I'm then telling you guys about it when it's on sale later on if I notice it. It's just a giant mess. That's the whole thing with this sale now, is it's a giant mess. The other thing that I don't like about this sale anymore too is I have learned I don't want to have the same thing as everyone else. And I feel like with the sale, everyone's buying the same thing over and over and over again, and everyone's wearing the same thing. I have learned as I have gotten older, I don't want to be wearing the exact same thing as someone else walking down the street. I want to have my own style and wear my own thing. Now, there's a difference between wearing a white blouse and someone else wearing a white blouse, but it's like, I don't want to be in the Caslon striped sweater that everybody knows I got at the Nordstrom anniversary sale. Like, that's just not it. I prefer items. It's a vest that I have on right now. I bought this vest 2 or 3 years ago at the Nordstrom anniversary sale because I knew I like a square neck. I like the vest. I wear it more in the fall and winter, but I love this and I've worn it year after year because it's a piece I can wear over and over again. And you don't see this out there all the time. It was a sleeper piece on the sale. I didn't see anybody else buying it. Now, I will mention that one thing the sale can be good for is for holiday gifts. If you are looking for gift ideas for people on your gift list, it's a great time to get them at a discounted price. And usually that's like candles, beauty items, scarves, blankets, things like that. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about how I plan to shop the sale this year. Because I made a lot of mistakes last year. I said a lot of things that I was going to do and I kind of messed them up. I plan to try, I'm putting this all out into the universe, to shop the sale smarter. I tried to shop the sale last year and look more for investment pieces, designer pieces, using the term loosely, like Veronica Beard, the higher end pieces. That's a better choice of words than designer pieces. The pieces that not everyone is going to be buying. However, again, the problem with those is there is less quantity with those items. That's a key thing. The lower price point items, there are more of, whereas the higher price point items, there is less of them. So it is harder to get your hands on them and they sell out quicker. Even though they are higher price point, they do sell quick. Now, for me, that is generally things like blazers, or denim is always a good investment if you need new denim. Don't just buy it because it's on sale. That's the other thing, guys. Don't just buy things because they're on sale. And I will say, I have bought things, last year included, just because they were on sale. You have to know your own wardrobe, know where your holes are in the wardrobe, know what would work for you, know what you will use year after year. And trust me, that can be tough. The hardest part for me most times is because I am at the Cape, I struggle because I get items in and I'm excited about them and I can picture what I'm going to do with them, but I'm not looking at my wardrobe as a whole because I don't have everything together. And then when I put it all together, either I realize I have something similar or it doesn't work with what I think. And I'll be honest with you, last year, when I started looking everything in September, when I got it all back together as my whole wardrobe, I actually sent more items back in September after I looked at it as a whole, which is the one good thing about Nordstrom is you can, if you change your mind, send things back. And I did that with a couple items that when I got home, I was just like, it either didn't work in my wardrobe or I had something close enough that I didn't feel as if what I had purchased was something I needed to keep. So that's where it can be hard because we all get that like fear of missing out, that pressure to buy something. So it can be tough because it can be a vicious cycle of we are all on social media, right? We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube here, and we see a few things. We see people purchasing, we see people trying things on. We get that fear of missing out. We get the buildup of the sale. I get it too, because I see people trying things on. I see people buying things, and you get that hype of the sale where you go, oh, I want something new. And especially because it's the next season, it really gets you wanting to wear those things. And most times, here's the kicker, is I buy them and they sit there because you're not going to wear them. You're getting them in July, right? I'm not going to wear them in August. I'm not going to wear them in September. Most times I'm not even wearing them in October, or I'm trying to push it into an outfit in October because it's not quite cool enough. So I'm not even wearing them until it's getting to a point where they're almost back on sale again at Nordstrom. And so by the time I get a chance to actually wear 80% of the things on the sale, they've lost the luster and the hype that I had when I first bought them. And that, a lot of times for me, is when I go, oh, did I really love it as much as I thought I did? So I have learned over the years because I used to get things and I would either take the tags off and try and wear it right away, even though it wasn't in the season that I needed to be wearing it. So I have learned over the years is I get the items, I try them on, I try to make outfits out of them with what I have and try and make sure it is something that I need in my wardrobe before I buy it. Sometimes I give in to things that I'm not sure if I need or not, because sometimes, you just are like, oh, it's so pretty. But I do not take the tags off any longer because I wait to see if it's actually something that I can incorporate in and I'm going to wear, or when it gets to the season when I'm actually going to wear it, has it lost its luster? Because if it's lost its luster, hey, Nordstrom has a great return policy. I return it. But I try to not purchase items that I truly do not want or love. Another key thing is so many times Nordstrom also has their half yearly sale. So this is not the only sale that Nordstrom has. So at the half yearly sale, that is the sale that is usually in December, and most of these items are back on sale for less money. Now, I do also want to mention that if you are someone that you are like, I want this item, I want this vest, 1000% I want this vest. Because at first you also get to see the whole catalog of the anniversary sale before you can shop it. You can view the whole catalog, right? You can see it ahead of time. You can create a wish list. This is key for shopping. Go in, create a wish list. I usually label mine 2026 NSale wish list. Put in all the items that you are interested in as you go through and scan it. Then go back into that wish list and edit it. I usually go through and I remove out things, but I can put them in a separate wish list, and I might label it 2026 NSale wish list, not sure, right? And I'll move things into that. And then I do a 2026 wish list must have, and I move things into the must have list. And so with those things staying in the list, whenever items during the sale come back in stock, whether they're in your not sure list, in your NSale just list, or in your must have list, they will send you an alert when that item goes back in stock. Here's another key. Add multiple sizes if you are not sure what size. So if you might be a medium and a large, add the medium and the large. If you might be an 8 and a 10, add the 8 and the 10. Add everything you can to your wish list while it is on the preview. Add everything you can to your wish list while it's on preview. Because once it is sold out, even at the higher tiered levels, you cannot add it to your wish list anymore, and you will not be told if it comes back in stock. So add everything you can to your wish list Even if you think you don't want it, but you're not sure, in case you change your mind, just add it. It doesn't hurt you. You can go back and delete it all off after the sale's over. It doesn't matter. You can remove the whole list, but just put it in there in case. So I know there's so much with anniversary sale. And to be fair, for me in the beginning, way back when, it was such a sale. And I'll be honest, I bought so much crap that I probably wore once or twice and then ended up either reselling or donating or giving to friends. It was such a waste. And I've become so much smarter about my own style, my body, what I like, what works for where I live. That's another thing. I was buying stuff that people were wearing in other climate areas. They were buying stuff that doesn't work where I live. I now buy things that work for where I live. So my key takeaways are, and these are hard, guys, they're hard even for me, is don't give in to the hype, don't feel pressured, know your own wardrobe, your own style, know your own budget. I didn't even talk about that, but know your own budget. And this one's a big one. Try not to have the fear of missing out. I'm not somebody who usually in life has FOMO. But with this sale, I don't know what it is. Something gets in my gut. When I see things, it's something about the sale and this sale that just gets me. I have a fear of missing that item on sale. We have to remember that these items will come back. And to be honest, and you know what? I'm going to end with one more thing. This one might be, I need to write this one on a Post-it for myself. You know what? This one's a great one. Would I have bought it if it was at full price? Mind blown. That is my takeaway from this. That is probably my best thing I have ever thought of while talking about anniversary sale. So that's it. That's all I've got for you on anniversary sale. I don't really think it's worth as much of the hype as it used to be. You do you, but those are my thoughts on the sale. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, leave them down below for me. And as always, have a great weekend.